Hello,
Hello,
we
we
are
are
Horror
Hecklers.
Hecklers, and welcome to our home.
Glad you could join us.
We like to watch clips from great old horror movies.
And we comment on what we see.
Usually we're funny, sometimes more informative.
Sometimes we just point out what should be common sense,
Each episode is named after survival advice we learned from watching the horror movie.
which may come in handy for people who find themselves in the same situation.
So sit back and relax.
And let the show begin.
We are watching the original 1932 movie Freaks.
Directed by Todd Browning.
It's about a woman who marries a sideshow performer for his money.
And what happens when he and his Carly family realize she's willing to kill him to get it,
The horror movie survival advice is get along with the locals.
which will make sense by the end of this episode.
There are some people who believe that freak shows give people with anomalies an ability to earn an income, and that gives them dignity.
There are others who say that they are being exploited due to their misfortune.
The exhibition of extraordinary bodies remains illegal in several states. They prohibit showcasing any deformed human being or any human monstrosity except for scientific purposes.
It wasn't until 1973 that the Rehabilitation Act banned discrimination based on disability for receiving of federal funds.
Offend one, and you offend them all.
It's a detached brotherhood that's protective, strong, and unforgiving.
The weaker of society share a kinship and will group together for protection.
She was once a beautiful woman.
I wouldn't exactly say she was beautiful.
She was known as the peacock of the air.
The most attractive peacocks are actually males.
That's Harry Earls and his sister Daisy.
Friends of P.T. Barnum.
She's the most beautiful big woman I have ever seen.
The most beautiful big woman.
As opposed to the small one by Hans's side.
Oh, freedom, my dear. I have eyes for only one woman. The woman I asked to be my wife.
Hans was supposed to say, "I only have eyes for you."
He's being slick, isn't he?
I don't like him wrestling that bull.
Well, at least the bull just looks bored.
Are you laughing at me?
Hans is a bit touchy.
He's done with the ridicule.
That Cleopatra is an evil woman.
The real Cleopatra was a manipulative ruler who killed her own family for power.
Monsieur, there must be a law in France to smother such things at birth, or lock 'em up, or...
Has this jerk forgotten that he is talking about killing human beings?
And institutions are no better than imprisonment for people who aren't dangerous.
They see each other as a makeshift family unit, an extended family of rejects.
Who work together as an economic unit.
The carnival is a traveling community.
America is a country of misfits.
Get along with the locals.
There she goes, taking them out to exercise.
Just as they are represented on the banners, you will see them on the inside. Living, breathing monstrosities.
This is just an act. Hermaphrodites exist, but nature doesn't work in this half and half way.
Some have trouble being determined one sex, then assigned another sex later on.
I'm concerned about how animals are treated in shows like these.
Probably not very well.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
A padded bra helps.
I think she likes you, but he don't.
Now there's a dating problem. One side wants to kiss you, and the other side wants to hit you.
That's normal dating for me.
And Hans, I don't like to ask, but may I have the loan of another 1,000 francs?
That sounds like a lot of money.
The French franc is worth more in American dollars.
Well, what are you staring at?
Women have to learn to be independent and to take care of themselves. They can live without a man.
Women usually have respect in communities like these for their money-making abilities.
Who decided that clowns were funny?
Don't pick on clowns. They've had it rough lately.
Say, this is Frozo. Frozo you're talking to. Not any of those slugs you've been chasing around with.
He finally took up for himself, but it was a delayed response.
Yeah, he took his good old sweet time about it.
You're darn right I am. You should have caught me before my operation.
What kind of operation is he talking about?
Beats me.
Here's conjoined twins, Daisy and Violet Hilton.
Violet tried to marry in real life, but was denied a license in 21 states.
Her master's voice is calling.
What is this master stuff? She's a woman and not a dog.
Just so you know, the same year this movie was released was the same year that Eleanor Roosevelt became First Lady.
Where are you going?
Get along with the locals. But maybe not that much.
Especially when she's stringing another carny along.
How many?
Oh, I'm not very hungry. About 6.
6?
And not hungry?
How do you like them?
What does Hercules like Cleopatra's eggs?
Over easy, apparently.
Be nosy.
They're pretty much putting on a show.
Get along with the locals. But at least you get the man's side and not the woman's.
It doesn't matter. It's still in the same face.
Hans, mein Liebchen, you have not been listening to what I have been saying.
Men stop listening to women after 6 minutes.
Yes, Frida.
Especially when they nag them.
I was saying, tonight you must not smoke such a big cigar.
Don't smoke.
It stunts your growth.
5 lumps from sugar in each.
5 lumps of sugar?
Little people are big diabetics.
Well, that Cleopatra woman, my Hans.
This is an example of being community-focused with people listening to each other and discussing their needs.
It also shows how Cleopatra is not one of them. She's an outsider.
And the wind was blowing through your hair and the waves were washing around you.
Someone who dreams about ocean waves is actually an indication of an emotional state.
Maybe his operation isn't as debilitating as he thought.
There's Johnny Eck.
Billed as the amazing half-boy.
Watch this, Venus. Watch this.
Venus is the Roman goddess whose function encompasses love, sex, and fertility.
It's also the second planet from the sun.
Hit me. Go ahead, hit me. On the head, hit me.
Did he really have to ask her twice?
A few more weeks together and he won't.
In reality, women with anomalies usually have trouble with pregnancies.
Many have died in childbirth.
For marketing purposes, the thin man usually married a fat lady.
It's kind of a metaphor for female and male relations.
Listen here. Don't want those tramps that you go with hanging around my wife.
A man shouldn't try to come in between two sisters. He just can't win.
And he really can't win in this case.
Cleopatra ain't one of us.
Get along with the locals.
Let her try it. Let her try doing anything to one of us.
Clans like these have their own form of collaborative problem solving.
And it's usually pretty brutal.
Don't drink.
Maybe just a little.
Here's Prince Randian, the human caterpillar.
Who is not like the Human Centipede movie, because that was real creepy.
He can shave, write, and roll his own cigarettes.
I'm impressed. He was born without arms,
Right?
without legs,
Right?
but he was married and fathered 4 children.
Right?
So he had to have something.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Pinheads were people born with microcephaly.
A disease that causes an undersized cranium and brain.
I don't think it's wrong for people to display their anomalies to earn a living.
As long as they have the mental capacity to make that choice for themselves.
And that's how you get along with the locals.
Just be good to people.
It's amazing how people learn to adjust.
I guess it's just about survival.
How it sparkles.
Like your eyes.
Oh, please, Hans, get some self-respect.
He's laying it on heavy.
Thought you and me had a date to go out.
Maybe she should take a peek and find out what surgery he had that would keep him from being with her.
He was just fooling around. She'll have to find out another way.
Don't have intercourse.
They haven't even been on a date.
That's like secondhand kissing.
With better side effects than smoking.
Cleo's gone on a diet.
Does he mean Cleopatra's into small abortions?
It's not that funny.
Engaged to be married.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying to imagine their wedding night.
I wouldn't overthink that if I were you.
I assume they would have to be very close neighbors.
Maybe a wall built in between the sisters.
You know how I feel, Hans. It comes to you about her.
Frida is so cute. I hate how Franz is treating her.
I want to drop kick him right over a fence.
Say, where do you think the little pollywog is getting his money?
A pollywog is a larval frog or toad.
I personally like both.
Stand up to the witch, Frida.
Cleopatra isn't woman enough to take her man.
And it's not for Hans you care. It's the money.
Frida may be a small woman,
but she does have a big mouth.
Okay, maybe she is woman enough to take her man.
Cleopatra just wants his money.
Watch your back, Hans.
That's a horror movie survival advice basic.
That's Cuckoo the Bird Girl.
Who looks a lot like Frank Perdue.
There are born freaks, or what is known as born difference.
And there are self-made freaks.
You big homely brute!
Here's your sign, Hans, that you should not have married her.
He's not into listening to anyone.
They operate a lot like the mafia.
And there is an initiation ritual.
A loving cup is a shared drinking container traditionally used at weddings.
It's shared by a number of people to symbolize friendship and unity.
I think calling people freaks is a slur.
It's no different than calling gay people queer or disabled people crippled.
Get out, you hunter! Get out!
Get along with the locals. They shouldn't be fooled by the childlike exterior of the circus folk.
Offend one, and you offend them all.
You give in too much.
Women are more likely to kill using poison than men are.
Poison almost removes the killer from the crime.
I learned that from watching one of my many shows about women who kill.
What are these shows?
My top 3 are Snapped, Southern Fried Homicide, and Wives with Knives.
You could give Cleopatra some pointers.
It wouldn't do her any good, they're on to her.
Carnies work as a unit.
Get along with the locals.
Poison.
Trust your instincts.
Women are very perceptive creatures.
They're not so sweet and innocent anymore.
There's a dark side to all communities.
Cleopatra's accomplice is being excommunicated.
I don't think the others ever really accepted him to begin with.
She should have changed her strategy and found another way to kill him if she didn't want to get caught.
You know, I'm kind of glad you're not married.
He's wise to her.
Finally.
Lock your doors.
What door she has.
Look how Hans has changed his face to a mask of evil.
Vengeance will do that to someone.
They should have chosen a better night for their plan.
The storm is symbolic for destruction.
Turn the lights on.
He's up to something.
My little.
The panpipes is a musical instrument first used by the ancient Greeks.
It was used as a means of communication, particularly during a hunt. We Googled it.
The music sets a changing mood in a horror movie. It enhances the movie's feeling of dread.
Just 5 years before this film was made, the first talkie was released.
Cleopatra isn't being sneaky enough.
She's slipping up.
They look just like mafia hitmen.
A genre of movies that would also do well in the 30s.
It's so necessary to polish your gun.
All the better to kill her with,
A knife is a good self-defense weapon.
as long as she's willing to use it.
Mud is symbolic for what is dirty and unclean.
At least the born difference do their own dirty work.
They may be small.
But they're deadly.
What's Prince Randian doing rolling around in the mud?
I'm worried he'll drown.
What can he do with a blade in his mouth?
Knowing what this guy is capable of, I would still run.
They're working as a pack now, but divided into teams.
Like a tribe on a hunt.
Cleopatra better run fast.
Good additional horror movie survival advice.
If only she had listened to our advice and tried to get along with the locals. Maybe she wouldn't have ended up being a half-chicken woman.
But she was trying to kill someone, so we're not too concerned about it.
That's the end of our show.
We hope you enjoyed spending time with us.
If you want to see the entire movie Freaks, be sure to visit Reflecting Moon channel on YouTube.
Because it is just amazing.
We are Horror Hecklers. Be sure to come back and visit us.
Goodbye.
Created by Reflecting Moon Production Company.